Hey, everybody. Welcome into another edition of the Living Deadwax podcast. I am your host, Ty, joined by my co host, Tyler. We are talking Spotify Wrapped on this episode, so it should be a fun one. This is a little late, honestly, because this came out like last month, but it's fine.
It's fine. Well, also, I always think it comes out too early anyway. I
It
think
kind of, yeah, it kind of does. You're kind of right. I wonder when they cut off the streams. I like, do the December streams count for next year, or are they just like lost? I've always wondered that.
So what's funny here is I think they should count for next year, right? Technically, I don't know. I think it's like the first week of December it cuts off. But what's funny about that is my job actually, like the reviews, they're due by the end of the first week of December. So like I always just view because I'm almost positive my December results never get factored into anything.
Don't matter.
So exactly. So like I don't, but I do kind of take my foot off the gas a little bit because I'm like, they never bring this up ever. They don't bring up December ever in my stuff. So like I think it's just a free month. They kind of just give you to come in wherever you want, do whatever you want. It's all good. But Spotify seems to do pretty much the same thing. So yeah, if the last week of December, I think, like I get you don't want to do it the next year, but like the last week of December, that's where you gotta start it at, right? Come on now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's fine if the other ones wrap into next year, but like if you're listening to music all of December and then none of that stuff counts, like
it's not cool.
It's rough. I also have wondered how much factor does it weigh into when you're just listening to your playlist? Because I listen to those playlists quite a bit throughout the year.
Oh yeah. Like the For You playlist or the playlist of your top songs.
Like your top songs of 2022 or 2023, whatever it is. Like throughout 2023, I listen to my 2022 playlist a lot, and
so
some of those songs show up, and some
advanced?
of them don't. Well, of course not. I've never have. But I always wonder that. It's always in my head going, how do they calculate this algorithm? Because like honestly, it could just be the same songs probably. Because I listen to that playlist a lot just because I put it on like at work or whatever, if I'm doing stuff around the house or in the yard. Like it's just a quick, easy playlist of stuff that I know that I'll like.
100%.
So, honestly, like you could probably go back to 2016 and it should be the same playlist every year. That'd be hilarious. So
I would venture to guess that like most of I would say at least 65% of the songs show up every year.
I don't know, man. I have a pretty good variety on the playlist.
You think so? You think you don't repeat every year?
So I don't think they weigh it equally. I think they weigh it differently.
Okay, well, fair.
But anyway, let's get into it. So Spotify Wrapped. I don't know if you want to kick us off.
Okay.
If you want to.
All right. So you want to do songs first, or do you want to do artists first, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, whatever comes up for first on the playlist.
Okay.
It's kind of because it's on our phone, so like.
It's true. All right,
sucks,
so
but,
I
am curious too. I like the thing that they did where it's where it showed you the place.
Okay.
I'm curious to see what yours was too. So
okay,
just start at the beginning. Just start at the beginning.
All right. Okay, so this is what Spotify Wrapped gives me. So it comes up. It was playing. I don't want to get copyright strikes here, but it did start playing. I Get Around by the Beach Boys for some reason, which is not a part of my top songs for whatever reason.
Oh.
So 2023 was a feast for your ears. You listened to, this is genres. What's your number on my genre? How many genres did I listen to, Ty?
I mean, I don't even know. Does it change, or is this just your top genres?
I think total genres. 5. I have total genres. I think it comes up. Yeah, if it gives you 5 genres that you, but also gives you total genres.
I see what you're saying. Okay. I see mine right now.
Okay. So base it off yours, maybe, and then cut it in half.
I think you're less than me.
Okay, definitely less than you.
I'm going to go 30.
26. 26 genres.
Can you guess me?
So if I told you to, did you half it like I told you to, or no?
I almost did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Is that like you listen to a lot of different same shit. which is like, because there's so many subgenres between like whatever something is considered. Because you like power metal, for example,
definitely,
but there's also power metal. There's 16 different subgenres of that or whatever the hell, right? That kind of So I'm gonna say I'll say 57.
72.
Jesus. All right, you're much better than me, my friend. Good Lord. You're much more eclectic than I am. So, all right, my top 5 genres here. When I make the sandwich that it does, my top 5, it's going. All right, so my delicious top genre sandwich. Number 1, what do you think it is?
Rock.
Number 1 is rock. All right. Number 2, what's the genre?
Pop.
Not pop. That's you. That's not me. Pop is not present on mine.
Wow. Hold on. I don't know. Is emo a genre? Like pop punk?
That's number 2. That's number 2. Emo's number 2. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Mine was metal. My number 2 is metal.
Okay. All right. Fair.
Generic
wow. Metal. Okay. So number 3. So we can just go back and forth with this one, I guess you want to.
Yeah.
So number 3, I have post grunge.
Ooh, me too.
Oh, at 3?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. And then I got 4. I got hard rock.
I have album rock.
I don't know what. I guess is that different kind of prog rock?
No, album rock's like album oriented rock. That's like like Journey and like Foreigner.
Oh.
It's like a lot of the 80s like classic rock stuff. The AOR.
Okay. That is a genre. I've heard that before. I've never thought about it in my entire life. All right. Number 5 is punk.
Mine is Japanese video game music.
Same. So we got a lot of the same there. Yeah, we got a lot of the same there on their genres. All right. So that none of that surprises me on my end. And also on your end, like I guess metal, I don't know, maybe they don't subgenre out all the metal, but your genres do. So I don't know.
They definitely do subgenre on there. Like there's black metal playlists and there's death metal. I don't know if they break it down into like symphonic power metal and shit like that, but so
I don't remember off the top of my head any like my other ones, but have you ever had anything that's not like metal? Like have you ever had like power metal or had like thrash metal or anything like that? Or has it just been metal, you think? I'm
trying to think. I don't think in the top 5, I don't think. Maybe the top 5 they just kind of lump it all in.
They roll it.
Yeah, that's what maybe.
That might be what it is. All right, so there's that. And then next comes up is this year you're listening Took You Places.
Yeah. This
is your favorite thing. All right.
I think this is new.
All right.
Yeah.
It is. No, it's definitely new. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So people, I'm gonna tell you what the descriptor is and see if you can nail down wherever this place is. Okay. People there are far more likely to be fans of Third Eye Blind, Jimmy Eat World, and Alice in Chains. Therefore, where am I going, Ty? Where are they sending me? This place is near and dear to your heart, actually, in a certain respect.
I'm gonna go Seattle, I guess.
Not Seattle. 1, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Mine is also Pittsburgh. People listen to Queensryche, Rush, and Styx there, which is all true. So
okay. There you go. Is that? Oh, I guess Styx. Yeah, they have to listen to Styx there. There you go.
Well, Rush too. I mean, Rush was the Rust Belt.
Oh, true.
That's kind of that was kind of where they broke. So
Renegade is Styx, right? Isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
I know my shit. I don't
know about Queensryche there, but I'll trust Spotify.
There you go. All right. So we're both going to Pittsburgh. That's hilarious. All right. All right. So total song plays. So again, I think we've gone over this last year too. Like I still utilize my Spotify quite a bit. Last year, I think it's changed this year because you used to have Qbaz, and I think you discontinued that like midway through the year or whatever, maybe. But but I've only had Spotify, but also like for me, my music listening is so like actually using Spotify is so few and far between, honestly, because like if I'm in the car, I listen to music, but I'll like 70-30 with like wrestling podcasts. Like that's all it is. So like my podcast, if like I don't think it doesn't do podcasts, but it doesn't do like minutes or whatever. I don't think. Maybe it does. I'm not sure. It's been 2 weeks or whatever because I looked at this. But so I think this is just like really like random songs this year. So this year I played 2,262 songs.
Yeah, I was at 20 or 20,000, 2,500. So
okay,
2,542.
Nice. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
And so now it tells me my top song, which I'm not gonna lie to you, Ty, because if you let it play out, it does top song. My top song, I don't know why it's this.
Okay.
Because like I'm sure I've listened. I'm sure obviously I did, right? I'm sure I've listened to this. I have never purposely listened to this song ever this entire year. So like I just listen to this record a lot, I guess.
Interesting.
And it's also not even a lot, is the thing about it. So my top song is a Decade Under the Influence by Taking Back Sunday.
Okay.
To get to my top song, Ty, how many times do you think I listened to this song to be my top song?
I don't know. Mine's a lot less than I would think it'd be too. So I'm gonna say like 10 times or something.
12 times.
12, yeah. Mine's 16 times played.
Okay.
It's Halloween with Best Time, which
do you buy that?
Kind of, because that was a 2022 album.
Okay.
And I think that was or a 2021 album, and that was on my 2022 playlist.
So that's
top song. So but we also went to Halloween this year.
Yeah.
And we listened to a lot of Halloween.
When you put on your playlist, do you hear it quite often? Do you think now, like thinking back about it, do you hear it a lot? Okay. So it hits that song every time you're on your playlist. Okay.
There's definitely an algorithm to the playlist because you hear a lot of the same songs.
Yeah, there's 100 songs.
Yeah. And it's like you hear the same ones in the same order sometimes. Like
I'll even shuffle it. I have to shuffle it.
I do too.
So I'll do the shuffle. And I think 17 songs. Like 22 songs maybe is what I hear, right?
If you listen to it for an hour, I'd say the majority of those songs you probably heard the last time you listened to the playlist. So
yeah, but also like, oh no,
I think there's an algorithm working in the background there.
I don't know, man. Like I don't. Okay, so my other top songs here, they reveal here. So I buy a lot of this. So my top song I don't buy, which is Decade Into the Influence. Number 2 is Be Quiet and Drive Far Away, Deftones. I've listened to that song a lot. That song is so cool. I love that song.
I don't think
so
I know
much. You do know the song. It's the one that that starts out with Chino going, and then it busts in immediately. It's pretty sick, actually.
All right.
It's probably playing right now, actually. Hold on. Yep.
I think the mic's muting you. It's because it's adjusting the level.
All right, maybe. Okay, so number 2 is Be Quiet and Drive Far Away, Deftones. Number 3 is Losing a Whole Year, Third Eye Blind, which totally buy that. I play the record so much. Number 4 is Wood, Alice in Chains, which I'm kind of shocked by that.
Is that because of the ranking, maybe?
Yes, it is. Yeah. But I obviously listen to it more than that too, because what's funny is like I feel like Wood comes on whenever we do YouTube for sure, but like when I'll do YouTube, like when I'm just here by myself, whatever, I'll do it like while I'm cleaning and shit. I'll put YouTube on my TV. I feel like Wood comes on, whether it be the unplugged or the video, so much. Comes on so often. I'll probably hear it every time I put on like the mix or whatever it does.
Gotcha.
And then number 5 was Semi Charmed Life with Third Eye Blind again.
Wow, so same 2 Third Eye Blind. Holy shit.
Yeah. All right.
And I didn't have any repeat bands. Number 1 was Halloween, Best Time, like we said. Number 2 checks out. It's Fear Factory with Regenerate, which is on my gym playlist.
Okay.
And a lot of times that's the majority of my music listening is probably then.
I guess. Yeah.
Number 3 is Jet City Woman by Queensryche, which checks out because I just listen to a lot of Queensryche anyway. Number 4 is also on my workout. So No Easy Way Out, Robert Tepper from Rocky IV.
Okay.
It's also on my workout playlist, so that checks out. Number 5, I didn't realize I played this song this much. But One Last Soul from Black Country Communion.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Holy shit, that song's really good.
Yeah.
When we did side projects, I kind of got obsessed with that album and that song. So
What's crazy about that, though, now that we're thinking about it, so what was your top song? It was 16 times?
16 times, yeah.
That seems so, like...
I don't know how to count that.
No, because now, like, you think about it, like, you've put that playlist on more than 16 times. And again, like we just said, you're hearing the same songs, so there should be a good handful and a half of songs that are at least 16, and then more than that, right? So
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's a weird algorithm. I'm not sure. I'm not saying it's all fugazi, but there's I don't know. There's something going on here. I'm not gonna lie to you about it. All right. So from there, it takes us to minutes listened to. Yeah. Total minutes listened to this year was 19,328 minutes. And that's 13 days playing nonstop. Did not know that. And my peak listening was June 17th at 461 minutes. I'm almost positive that was probably the Soundgarden day.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
When I did the entire Soundgarden discography in one day.
I'm at 24,886 minutes. That's 17 days.
Nice.
That's nothing. Anna was at like 50,000 or some shit.
She lets it roll all day, doesn't she?
Well, yeah, and a lot of that's like playlists. Like she'll usually like listen to music when she's putting the baby down and stuff. So
that's fair.
I peaked on March 17th at 600 minutes.
Okay.
I was trying to. Anna and I were talking about that, and I'm like, is that when we went to Halloween? Because we just listened to music all the way there to Vegas
on the drive, yeah.
And that wasn't Halloween. Was in April, or May. I can't remember, but might have been June. I feel like it was hot here, really hot.
Anyway, is that a ranking?
I don't know. Like, I have no idea. When was March? What day is that?
Unclear.
Let me look here. March 17th, 2023. What day? Oh, March 17th. That was a Friday.
Okay.
So if I was working, I guess, I don't know. It may have just been on all day at work.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Fair enough.
I was in the top 15% of listeners worldwide.
I was 19%. So there you go. All right. And then we have total artists listened to this year. Yeah. You listened to 504 artists this year.
Wow. Okay.
That was me. Where were you at?
I was at 575. So we're pretty similar.
All right. Fair. Yeah. And now it's giving us top artists. So they're top 5 artists. My top artist this year, to no surprise whatsoever to me, was Jimmy Eat World. And I was in the 0.5%. And I listened to 681 minutes of Jimmy Eat World this year, which I'm not surprised at all. I couldn't get enough of the middle, it says, which is not true. I don't listen to that song almost ever.
Why would you listen to that song? That's the song I heard a billion times.
Exactly. Like well, to be fair, Ty, that is not a disqualifier for anything I listen to that I've heard it a billion times. I still will listen to things I've heard a billion times, right?
Very true.
But there's that. So my peak listening month was in June for Jimmy Eat World.
Oh, okay.
And that makes sense though, because June was the show, wasn't it? Wasn't that when I went to? I believe. I think that was when I went to
Colorado.
Went to Colorado. I went for Red Rocks. I believe that's what happened there.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so there's that. All right, and then do you want to? What's your number one? So you tell me your number one.
Yeah, my number one is Queensryche.
Okay.
I was in 0.5%.
Nice.
Top 0.5%, and I spent 986 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Listening. So I couldn't get enough of Jet City Woman.
That's probably not true, right?
I mean, it was in my top 5. So.
Oh, okay, that's true. Fair enough. That's true.
I guess.
I wonder when was your peak month? It say was it when we went to Queensryche?
Here's how you spent time with them across the year. Number one, Queensryche is March. That might have been when we saw the Queensryche show.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, when we went and saw them, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. It was probably in. No, it wasn't in March. It was in October because I went to the dunes like the next day.
Okay.
It wasn't hot.
Yeah,
it was like October or November. True. It was so I don't know. That's weird.
All right, fair enough.
So that was. Yeah, what's your next one?
All right, number 2. Again, not a surprise whatsoever. 9 Inch Nails. Listen to a lot of 9 Inch Nails. I've said this. If you were able to clock the amount of live shows I listen to on YouTube every week of 9 Inch Nails, it's absolutely it's hysterical. That's how much it is. Yeah, it's crazy.
What month was that?
August. is the month for me. So
summer,
my birthday month.
My number 2 is Halloween, and that was
Okay.
April, which I think the show was in April.
Okay, and that drive you probably knocked out a lot of Halloween that
we
drive,
did.
right?
Yeah, we listened to a lot. Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. And then number 3 for me, again, not a shocker whatsoever, Van Halen. And my peak month was March for no reason.
Nice.
I didn't see Van Halen or anything, so there you go.
My number 3 is Nobuo Uematsu. He's the composer for Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Did all the major Final Fantasy music. My peak listening month was October.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
I don't know. A lot of video game music in October, I guess.
Fair enough. There you
go. I was trying to think if this is Final Fantasy 16 came out in October, but it didn't. It came out in like the summertime.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Sure.
All right. Number 4 is going to be this is a shock to me, but like not really. When I really thought about it, it's not really a shock whatsoever. Number 4 is Alice in Chains. Top listening month was May, which I'm almost positive that was when we did the countdown or the ranking.
Sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did the entire discography multiple times at that point.
Yeah.
So that was number 4. What was your number 4?
My number 4 was In Flames in February, which tracks. That's when their new album came out.
Okay. Fair. Nice.
So, yeah.
All right. Number 5 for me, again, not shocking whatsoever, just given what we did, was Soundgarden. Did the whole discography of Soundgarden, every song,
Nice.
every single song in June, which again, I'm willing to bet was the discography. So there we go.
It was in summer because that's when Josh was on the channel.
Yeah, I can do it.
My number 5 was Iron Maiden, and that was October as well. So
okay,
I had two artists in October, I guess. So I don't know.
It peaked there.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right. So then, then they have the video. Who was your video this year was from who? Halloween, right? Did they do a video or no?
Yeah, there's a video from Andy. Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah. I got a video from Jim from Jimmy World. So there's that video. That's cool.
Yeah. So,
all right. And then do you want to do podcasts too? Oh, nice. Hell yeah. All right. I love it. All right.
I mean, mine's obvious. I only listen to one podcast on Spotify ever.
Okay. All right. Fair. Hold on. So my top podcast. Yeah, this is ridiculous. My top podcast is Something to Wrestle With, Bruce Pritchard. I listened to it 4,778 minutes. I'm in the top 13% of fans, which is pretty crazy. Like, but then again, like, I don't know. Like, I guess that makes sense. Sure.
See, I like watching those. So I like watching them on YouTube more than like listening to them.
Yeah, that's fair. Like but I do it every not weekdays, because weekdays I do like CNN or not CNN, ESPN or MLB Network on Sirius, radio. I'll listen to that in the morning, and at least when the Diamondbacks are doing good or it's off season right now. So right now it's fine to listen to it really because there's it's all hype and stuff. It's really nice. So I'll listen to MLB Network radio every morning now. So that was my number one podcast. What was your number one podcast?
Rogan. That's the only podcast I listen to on Spotify.
Okay. How many minutes you got on that? I got 4,000.
I was at 1,900.
All right. A little less.
I was still a top 24% fan, which is crazy to me.
That can't be true.
Yeah,
that cannot be true.
Yeah.
Because given the fact that he every episode is at least an hour and 45 to like whatever it goes, and then like he's the top podcast in the world.
Yeah.
Again, whatever Spotify.
Which tracks though? Because I only listen to Rogan if I'm doing the yard. So.
Oh really? That's your okay.
If I'm mowing the yard or working in the yard, I usually put on a random episode if he has interesting people on there.
Yeah. All right, and then I don't know what this is. Let me go back. Is it to tell me what this is? We're turning off the lights. One moment, please. And then it tells me about. Okay, hold on. The way you listen this year makes you a hero. It says. I don't use that word often, but I would.
It gives you your your tarot card basically.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh.
Which is really interesting because Anna's I can't remember what hers was, but it completely described hers, and mine is perfect for me.
Okay, interesting.
So I'm curious to see what yours is.
Sure. Okay. Mine is the Cyclops. When it comes to your listening, you're loyal and devoted. You would like to focus on one genre, sometimes while wearing a monocle. True. Right. I'm very monocle.
Mine was collector.
Okay.
Your
Yep.
taste is sublime. You listen mostly to your own playlists, and we totally get why. They're perfect after all. There you go.
Hell yeah. There you go, man. That's good shit.
Is that it?
That is it. That was fun. Same time next year. And then it gives me all of my
Yeah.
it gives you the whatever the hell, all the graphics and stuff. That's very interesting. I don't know, like I think we say this every year, but like this year I do feel like it's a little more like nonsensical. Like the top 5 bands, I get that. The songs are what kind of throw me off. The songs seem like they are a little bit skewed because like for the top song to be my top song, I believe I would have to seek it out at least once throughout the entire 12 months of the year, and I absolutely never did. So, and I don't listen to that record a lot, and like I'm sure it's on playlists that I have, like or like the daily listens or whatever. I'm sure it's on there. I don't know, but yeah, never once. I love that song. I do genuinely love that song on that record, but never picked it out of the lineup.
Mine doesn't make sense either because I know there's songs I've heard more than 16 times this year. So I don't know, man. I don't know how it works.
Like just going to like going to the gym or doing the artwork or whatever the case is, right? Putting on your playlist. That's more than 16 weekends or days or whatever a year that you're doing that. So I don't know why there isn't a bunch of songs that have at least, you know, however many plays or whatever, right? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't really skip anything either. Like if it's playing on a playlist, like I'm usually doing something else. So I'm like, I don't even usually have my phone on me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know.
Like,
because I mean, even you, like if you're over, like if we're working on your car or something, you know, I'll have the Spotify playing, like and play my classic rock playlist. Like I've even said it to you, like I've heard these songs every time I've played this playlist. There's like 500 songs on this playlist.
Oh, 100%.
I know there are songs in that playlist I've heard more than 12 times. I don't know if it's because maybe I didn't seek them out or 16 times for me.
The waiting of it, maybe that's different. I'm not sure. But whatever. It's fun to think about. It's fun to go over.
Oh, it's a blast. I love Wrapped.
It's a blast. It is
now
a blast.
Everyone does it, by the way, too. So
yeah, that's true. We did find that out. Everyone has realized how cool it is.
Yeah.
And the best interface, the worst sounding platform does the best though. So, you know,
that's the thing too. Like you said, my listening got really skewed because I listened to a lot of Cubas this year when we were doing rankings and stuff. So
yeah. So it kind of fucks you up like a little bit there with the actual like listening of things, you know.
I really wish Spotify would just do the Spotify hi-fi, but that's never gonna happen, I guess. So
it's never gonna happen. Yeah, it's a dead issue, really. I don't know. It's impossible for any kind of streaming apps to offer high quality listening. It's impossible. You know that, right?
Yeah. Like except all the other ones.
Except all the other ones, exactly. But you know, it's just ridiculous.
All right.
Yeah. So
that's right.
I feel like that's wrapped. Next year, maybe it'll make more sense. But you know, probably not. We'll see. We'll see how it works out.
We should try to test it. Just like play a song every day in December, even though December's already over. So we would have to start beginning of the month just to see if they weighed December or not. It'd be really interesting.
I've thought about before. This is just to kind of like mess things up. I've thought about on my iPad, like going to sleep and listening and putting something on my iPad and letting it play like an album or whatever. Yeah. Let it play through or a song. Just keep it on repeat for like the entirety of a night and like do that for like multiple nights in a row or like every day of the year or whatever and see what happens. Yeah, like I've thought about doing that just to see like what, like how many minutes are you like? Well, when I was in the office, it was all I had much higher music listening because it's all I could do.
Sure. Yeah.
So like my whatever, right? But like, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Just because the minutes cracked up there. We'll see. We'll see what we want if we want to manipulate next year.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do like Cotton Eye Joe will be my number one.
Don't
next
do that.
year. So
don't do that. Well, my top songs though have been really messed up before because I think one year we weren't doing the podcast, but one year, the year that Def Lep got on there, Def Lep was in my top 5. I think the entirety of Hysteria, or not the entirety, but my entire top 5 was Hysteria because it was the year that Def Lep got added.
That kind of tracks because you were listening to them a lot, so
a lot. so much because I was so excited. I was like, finally, Def Lep. Now I thought I wasn't even pulling out CDs at the time because I didn't have the CDs on hand. So like I was just dreaming of listening to Def Lep in the car, or like you put it on on YouTube or something, right?
Yeah.
That's the only way you could do it. But once they got added on there,
the dark days before bands were on. Man, I remember when Zeppelin was on there, and then the Beatles, and then Floyd, and it was like, oh,
Seeger held out forever.
Yeah.
Forever on that one. God. And then, well, I think the only one that doesn't. Tool as well. That's wow. Forgot about that. Yeah. And then, like, I think the biggest guy that's still holding out is Garth. Garth's the only one that's still holding out because he has the Amazon deal.
Got that Amazon money, baby.
Yeah, and he's just rolling in it. So, like,
well, then Taylor
Neil
left. Remember when T Swift left?
Is she still not on Spotify?
No, she's on. But remember when she did leave? She was on there, and then she left and signed the deal with Apple Music.
I don't remember that. Wow.
Then she came back. Yeah.
Was it like a year deal?
Yeah, it wasn't too long. She wasn't off Spotify for very long. That was a long time ago.
Okay.
That was even before she started like the re-recordings and stuff. So.
Okay, so that was a good handful of years ago. Then Neil's only on Amazon now.
So he left everything else.
Yeah. Oh, that's not true. I don't know. I don't have. Neither of us have Apple Music. I know he's on Spotify.
Okay.
Gotcha. He's not on Spotify. I know that much because that was the deal.
Yeah.
But and he only ever posts about not him, obviously. The 78-year-old man's not on Instagram, but they only ever post about Amazon stuff. So I assume he's only on Amazon, but I don't actually know that. But I don't think there's anybody else as far as like. Maybe there is people we don't know about, but like as far as I know, no one else is holding out.
One kind of thing I do like about Amazon, if you buy certain things on there, you get access to the files. So they'll give you the digital files. That's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, you get them immediately too. So if you buy a repress that's coming out, at the end of the year or whatever, months away or whatever, they'll send you an email.
It comes out
exactly.
Physically. It's kind of cool, I guess. But
I don't ever download any of them, right?
I don't like
they just kind of die there in the email, but it is cool.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's wrapped. Thanks for joining us. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below about your Wrapped or our Wraps, our wonderful music taste. And, yeah, we'll see you next year for Spotify Wrapped 2024. That's a crazy year. All right. See you next time, guys. Peace.